So, let's slip this down just a hair. Um, Not sure how to say this, but I mean, I work for idiots. I work for morons. I work for dolts, shysters, scammers, and assholes. Today is Monday, the 28th. I was supposed to get paid last Thursday. The company I work for is like, well, are you sure you sent in your paperwork? Are you sure you sent it in? Yeah, I'm sure. I got the fax reports here. Got the fax reports sent in. I've got these ones as well. Did you send in your paperwork? Yeah, I sent it in. Yeah. So the thing is with my company, you're supposed to fax in your paperwork no later than Monday at 10 a.m. We fax ours on a Sunday. Every Sunday we send our paperwork in. I work for Company A as a contractor from the Department of Labor. See, I'm a Department of Labor contractor working for another company. So I work for Company A. Company A outsources me to Company B. Company B is part of a chain of companies across the country with, 3,500 employees. And they don't count anybody that works in the office as employees. They are staff. For the past 5 years, I've been getting screwed every holiday season on my paychecks. By getting screwed, I'm talking about they're forgetting to pay. They're basically, the pay is withheld for one reason or another. Now, when things happen where I'm no longer working for this company, I'll do a full company review and name the company, name the employees or whatever who have been doing this. But basically, one of the times they forgot to pay me, they said, hey, you're just going to have to wait 2 more weeks and we'll just put this paycheck on with your next paycheck, basically. But state law says that they cannot withhold pay. A company must pay an employee no less than 2 times per month or face legal fines. The fines that are put out by the state of Arizona if a company fails to pay an employee 2 times a month is right around $100,000. Also, state law states that a company cannot have a pay period or a pay that is more than 16 days apart. I'm 5 days past my payday. My payday is 14 days apart. That means that they are passed by several days. I mean, that's just the legal part of it. One of the previous times, they literally fought me. They did not want to pay me at all. They wanted to fully withhold all my pay, even though I showed proof. They fought and fought. Their lawyer contacted me after I threatened to sue them for it. And then the lawyer said, well, under my opinion and what I have deemed the law, you can't do this and you can't do that. Well, I sent them paperwork for the Arizona state laws, and they came back and said, okay, we're going to pay you, but it's going to be through Western Union. And then they didn't give me a pay stub for that paycheck because it was done through Western Union, which that screws up everything. I had contacted them for a separate pay incident, telling them, hey, you forgot to pay me overtime, and overtime is 88 hours worth of overtime at nearly $20 an hour. So that was another time. In total, in 5 years, they've failed to pay me 15 times. And I've fought them every time. This most recent time, I had made 7 or 8 phone calls to my supervisors. I went up the chain of command, and nobody could answer their phones. Nobody was there to answer their phones. I get it, Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving. Hell, they had to contact somebody in New Mexico who then contacted me. The person in New Mexico was like, I don't understand why I'm getting this phone call. I don't understand this. It should have been, somebody from your state or your company, for that matter, that called you. I don't know why I got the call. And I was like, I don't know the reason either. All I know is I've called all these numbers, left a bunch of voicemails, and nobody got back to me. I explained the situation, and she said none of the stuff that they're doing is company policy. She didn't understand why they were doing this, and that she'd get to the bottom of it. Well, she got to the bottom of it. The company cut us checks, and the checks were supposed to be deposited today, but they're withholding those checks. They're paying us. On paper, they're paying us, but they're not physically paying us. It's not in the bank. The bank has no record of any deposits being made or attempted. So tomorrow, if the money's not in the bank tomorrow, I'm going to have to call again and see what I can do. I've already filed several complaints with the state of Arizona. When a company fails to pay you your paycheck and withholds it, and you're still working for the company, you have to contact the Industrial Communications Board or Commerce Board for your state and file a complaint. You give all the information, and then that company contacts your employer and goes, hey, did you pay them? And if the company says no, then they say, okay, you have X amount of days to pay them, or you're going to be fined, or we're going to open up legal matters against you to where you cannot operate in the state. And that's where I'm sitting. I mean, I'm doing all this work. 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I get no days off. I have no days off, ever. That is not how my work works. It's there's shift A and shift B and 24-hour coverage with 2 employees. That's my job. I work in the medical field. That's what I have to do. So, I mean, you can see the amount of stress in my damn goatee. More on that is my coworker's been working for the company for 15 years. We both make minimum wage. Yeah, 15 years with the same company. My coworker makes minimum wage because our employer considers the raise in minimum wage from X amount to its current amount as a proportional company wage. and raise. A proportional... What? We don't get a cost of living increase. We don't get mileage. We don't get any of that. We get minimum wage. Working all these hours, doing all this work, and we get minimum wage. Yeah, sure. Next year, minimum wage goes up again. And then we're not getting anything else. The funny thing is when you contact and dig into, corporate, we're making $100,000 a year less than the current secretary for the main office. $100,000 less than a secretary who works from home. Yeah. What the fuck is with that? Like, this is steady employment. I can't just, quit this job and go work somewhere else, because working somewhere else means taking a $30,000 pay cut. Yeah, I can't take a $30,000 pay cut. And if I leave and go to a different, company or anything like that, the person that I take care of will lose a lot as well. So we're stuck. We're stuck because the company is run by failures. There used to be a time when you can call any number on the corporate list and talk to an actual person. Now, when you call, it's instantly sent to voicemail. A voicemail that is full all the time. So, there's that. And, you get wore down. You get wore down like crazy. I mean, it's holiday season and I can't do shopping. It's holiday season and I can't pay my damn bills. I can't pay any bills. I can't buy groceries. I can't go to the store. I can't do anything because I'd have to use up my credit cards for it. Yes, I have plenty of credit cards. I have plenty of money that way. But if I use those, then I'm also going to be paying out interest on those payments. If I buy, $100 in groceries, I'm going to be paying off $120 just to make up for that. So I'm losing money, all because my employer failed to pay me. And it just keeps happening. Now, like I said, once all this is done with and I no longer work for the company, I'll be naming the company over and over and over, and I will be putting them on blast because I am sick and tired of having to tiptoe because they're throwing out threats. It's like they're failing to pay me, they're refusing to pay me, they're withholding my pay as punishment for pointing out that they have failed. Pretty soon it's just going to be a lawsuit after lawsuit. Then I'll be where? I don't know. It's just too much.